Hey, what is up, all you awesome people? It is Odin here. John on this fine Friday morning. My coffee. Give me a coffee. Um, got plenty to talk about. Plenty of things to discuss. It's been a little bit since I made a video. Lots going on. Not the least of which, I just made a nice pancake and eggs breakfast for my daughters with strawberries and blueberries, and they're enjoying that. So I took a moment away, said, you enjoy that. I'm going to go draw. I'm going to go make a video. Let's see, what's all going on? Drawing on this page seems like I've drawn on it forever because I took a little break to do something else. I'll talk about that in a sec. But the biggest news, the biggest thing is Unconditional Shove. The campaign we funded. We hit our funding goal Saturday night. Last Saturday night, hit that funding goal, and man, what a great feeling that is. You can breathe a little easier. We know we can go in demand now, and we will for a short time. But huge heartfelt thank you to everybody who backed this campaign, everybody who believed in this project, everybody who wanted to reserve their copies, black and white, color, whichever one you wanted, or both. The people who bought original art, thank you so much. And a huge thank you to everybody who has shared the campaign, promoted it, believed in it. Plenty of people spring to mind. Say like JBOT Art. Every time he streams, he's playing the trailer, he's talking about the campaign, he's dropping the link. Rob Wilson, same thing. Every time he streams, playing the trailer, sharing it out there, and it doesn't go unnoticed, my friends. I really do appreciate it. Let's see, who else? Tattooed Biker. Warren, Tattooed Biker. He has his own channel, and he promotes Unconditional Shove, promotes anything Odin. It's the greatest. His channel, he narrates like creepypasta stories. It's great stuff. Check it out. I'm going to link up a bunch of people in this description, so you can check all those awesome channels. Really cool guys. Some of them great artists. Like I said, Warren, Tattooed Biker, he does, narrations of these creepypasta stories. And, yeah, just fun stuff. Awesome people. Let's see, who else? 80s Made Consumer, obviously. Kind of got the ball rolling on, let me expose the world to Unconditional Shove. That was kind of the fulcrum of meeting so many awesome people. So thank you for that. He also promotes the book, and much appreciated. Let's see who else. Genesis Crew guys, Belmont, and good stuff on the high stream. They've always promoted. Had me on there a couple times. Great guys. Of course, Cooper, Telepathic Bunny, always a big supporter of not only Unconditional Shove, but Broken Compass Comics, Magnificent Bastards. Awesome friend. And let's see, who else? Oh, there's so many people. But anybody, if you've shared it out there, if you've retweeted even, it means the world to me. It's awesome to know that many people believed in this, put their money down, backed the campaign. We are still live. The actual campaign closes the 29th. Like I said, we'll go in demand after that. Plenty of time still to for people to reserve more copies. And every bit of money raised goes into this campaign, goes into future campaigns, so that 2023 can be a really awesome banner year for Broken Compass Comics. Lots of big plans on the horizon. Unconditional Shove, looking like it's going to be an annual book. Probably do it in the same time frame, and we'll probably launch Halloween again. It just seems like the time, there's not a lot of campaigns around that time, and people understand why, because of it's just a slow time, you make less money, but there are less campaigns. Plus it also makes sense to always put this out around Halloween. So looking like next year around that time, volume 2 will come out. Stories are already concept wise already there, and getting this one wrapped up before the end of the year, hopefully. Or at least close to wrapped up on my end. Demir's colors, he's moving right along. He's pretty much almost caught up to me, and super fast, so he's going to be right there. James started on lettering, so to be able to print it and fulfill it in the spring looks like it should be a possibility, barring any crazy setbacks. Let's see. Oh, like I said, I was working on this page. Seems like I've been working on it forever, partially because I took a break to work on something else. Something else, and I take breaks to work on stuff, like on JBOT stream we do random drawings and things like that. But this one was the Boots and Heels fan art competition. Camel Moon created this awesome book, which I backed a long time ago. Really excited to get that. The campaign looks great, but then he threw down a high stakes fan art competition, which I was originally not going to do. I was thinking, it'd be cool to see some of these submissions, but I got goaded into it by a few people, including Camel Moon himself, saying he wanted to see what I would do with it. So I can show that real quick. We'll see if my camera lasts. Sometimes it freaks out on images, and we never know which ones. Usually cool, badass images it freaks out on. It's already freaked out. I didn't even get more than just this page. Well, we'll have this page up the entire stream, or video. Here's the line art for the Camel Moon fan art competition. And if you cannot recognize or don't know, this is an homage to the movie poster for the movie Escape from New York. John Carpenter's amazing, fun, action-packed movie with Kurt Russell. And I read on the campaign that the setting is New York, so I thought that would be fun. And then all the submissions for this fan art competition have to be full color, so I don't color. I'm a black and white through and through person. So I sent it off to my colorist, Demir, who's coloring all of Unconditional Shove, and he came back with this. I printed it out so you can see. There it is, Escape from New York style Boots and Heels. Like I said, great campaign. Another one I am going to throw lots of links. That will be one of the links down in the description. I showed off the color image and the black and white on 80s Make Consumers channel last night. Camel Moon was in the chat and he said, I want that. Naturally, like if it were me and I were him, then he'd be me. No, but if it were me in that situation, I would want it too. I would want as much of the original art from all of the submissions, because what a piece of your own history, of your own book, to have fan art. So but I would love to keep it myself. It's a conundrum. I will say this. So real quick, it was high stakes. I believe you get your image on the cover of issue number 2. If not the cover, like an inside cover, something like that, a back cover, or on the full-on cover. I can't remember but the one thing that I was most excited about was money. He was throwing down, like I said, high stakes, $1,500 to the winner of the fan art competition. And I checked out some of the submissions already. Pretty amazing stuff. A lot of talent out there, and a lot of people, again, the stakes are high. A lot of people throwing down. And there's my submission. I will say, Camel Moon, if you're watching, if I win, you will definitely get the original black and white. I will send it out to you. If I do not win, I'm definitely keeping it. And who knows, the $1,500 would be nice, but if I do not win, it may go up on another art auction someday, hopefully fetch some decent money. I doubt it would ever fetch $1,500, but if it's chosen, that would be huge. This is, it's that time of year. Money is tight with my job. I got second year in a row, proverbially enrolled in the Jelly of the Month Club. So it's 2 years now. We have not got Christmas bonuses ever since we were bought out by Golden West. Yeah, they just don't do that, so whatever. got a Amazon gift card. I was like, yeah, I guess that's money, sort of. So yeah, could always use extra cash. 1,500 would be a huge help, huge bonus. It would be my Christmas bonus. Although it wouldn't happen until later down the road, but it would be reimbursing for the money I'm spending. My daughters are in town, enjoying the holiday season together. Like I said, they're eating pancakes. But we got lots more Christmas stuff to do, some decorating, may do some fun things, some game nights, all this kind of stuff. Then we got snowboarding, which it's snowing right now, which is nice because it's warming the air up. The moisture warms the air up. But just more and more snow. It's never ending. And I've not made my way up to the mountain to go snowboarding. Girls want to. We're going to do it. Just got to find out what day, because I've got streams, I've got things going on all through the end of the year. Plus the campaign closing 29th. Like I said, not closing because we will go in demand. What else? All kinds of stuff. Yeah, so anyway, they're here enjoying this holiday together. But like I said, spending money. Everything's more expensive when they're around, and I have to work a lot harder. There's more dishes, there's more trash, there's more lots of stuff. When I'm here by myself, it's a whole different ballgame. I also keep the house super cold, so my heating bill goes up when they're here. All this kind of stuff, which is fine. But that's why I say that money definitely helped. Either way, it is what it is. But I was happy to do that piece. Go check out the campaign. Looks awesome. The book looks awesome. And if you want, you can check out all the submissions on Twitter by using the Gator, Gator Done, Gator Done contest. Gator Done contest. Use that hashtag and you can check out all the different fan art submissions. What else? Like I said, working on Unconditional Shove. We're funded. It's great. Thank you to all the people who have helped with that. We also had two big art auctions, or for me anyway. One was the big one that Joe Sontag put together for his friend Sean Arendt. Went through a lot of tragedy, and I know how that feels. I've been there. I made a video talking about that. Like, here I am a year later, still dealing with the financial burden of that, the reality of losing a parent, losing both parents, entering into that world of adult orphan, and how crazy that is, and having his happen in close succession, and it's rough. And so his friend Joe Sontag said, hey, I'm an artist, I know lots of artists, let's put together this fundraiser of art auction. And smashing success, amazing. All the submissions, all the money thrown and raised for Sean and his family. It was really cool. And I had, let's see, where is it? I think it's in this pile somewhere. This one, well, I had two pieces. I had a Lobo one that was submitted by Amanda B. And hopefully that went out. I think it was Arrogant Ape. Hopefully he gets that soon. That's out of my control. But the one that was in my control, this one here, I still have in my possession. One of my favorite drawings. And the winner was Robot Life. I believe that was the name, Robot Life. And no one's heard Hiding Our Hair from Robot Life so we have no address. I want to get this out as soon as I get an address. If anyone knows Robot Life and knows how to get a hold of him, tell him to get a hold of me or Joe Sontag so we can get an address. I think his money already went through, which is fundraiser money, which is great. But he threw it down for a reason, which was to win this piece. And I will ship it out as soon as I have an address to ship it out. So if anyone knows how to get a hold of him, or anybody knows anything about him, reach out to him. Tell him to get a hold of Joe or myself so we can get that out. Because it's just sitting here, and I'm fine keeping it, but I don't. You paid for it, and it was very much appreciated. It went to a good cause, regardless, the money's going to a good cause, but you threw down for that, so hopefully we get an address. I can get it out to you. So that auction was amazing. Lots of amazing stuff. So many good artists, so many people coming together, and I can't remember what their total was. It was well over 10,000 raised, which when you're in that situation, like I said, I'm still dealing with it myself. And when you're in that situation, you're grieving, but the world doesn't stop spinning, and the financial burden is there, especially if your parent, like my dad, was in the hospital for a long time, and those bills add up, and just to have them pass and then know that burden falls on the kids, quite often. So even though you're grieving, you still have to take care of things, and to not have to worry as much about financial part of it is huge. So it's awesome that so much was raised, and helped him and his family, helped Sean and his family. So then later we had an art auction on 80s Made Consumers channel. I don't know, it was a week, 2 weeks afterwards. And I sold a bunch of pieces on there. All of those have shipped out. They're on their way. I'll say, Sugar Chris, he bought his image. He also got a Truth, Justice, American Way, which he wasn't really a fan of, but like that one's, I keep saying it's topical, I mean, that campaign raised a lot of money, and it's kind of in disarray at the moment, and very interesting to watch from afar. A campaign I backed, too. But they had a fan art competition I did an image for, and Sugar Chris is getting the original. He's also getting what he calls a Shine Jug image, and I call it the Red Dress Diaries image. The Shine Jug's just part of it. It's part of the ensemble, but the red dress is what ties the whole image together. It's got some furry coon tails on there. So anyway, I'm glad Sugar Chris gets his image. Speaking of which, I will be on his show one of these mornings here coming up, I believe the 28th, which is a Wednesday, I believe. I'll confirm that, but hanging out at Sugar in the morning. Sure, we'll talk about that drawing a little bit. We'll talk about Unconditional Shove right before we close out. So it'll be a good time. And then another huge supporter and friend of mine, friend of Unconditional Shove and Broken Compass Comics, a huge supporter, and he threw down on some original art, which he's been doing all season. Admiral Wackass, thank you so much. He got tons of images, original art, packed up, threw in a bunch of other stuff. So he's getting a whole slew of artwork. That is on its way to you. Thank you, Admiral Wackass. Awesome dude, huge supporter of many, many creators. But obviously I appreciate all the support he's thrown my way, and for throwing down money on that art auction and getting himself a lot of cool pieces, a lot of kind of random images. He got the Fragtober lot, which had a bunch in it, and then he got the JBOT Tuesday Art Jam lot. So lots of cool stuff. Speaking of which, I did a seasonal one on the last JBOT show, which I kind of liked. It was just the only stipulation was Christmas characters, Christmas related characters. So I did this. It's Snowman. And he's got the Grinch on a icicle pike there. And there's the Grinch's body, decapitated. And the quote is, "I killed the Grinch. Am I on the naughty or nice list?" This is before he knew the Grinch was going to change his ways. He was screwing up Christmas. He figured that was the best choice, was to just kill him and put his head on a icicle pike. So that was fun. That was on JBOT's Art Jam. So back to the original art auction. I just mentioned that because Wackass was getting a lot of those. And then Aldous got the Doctor Strange Nice big image framed. That one also is on its way. And glad I went to all these dudes. They're friends. They're people I've come to know this year, and it's been awesome. And they threw down money for those pieces, but I'm also glad that they went to people that I know are cool. They're going to appreciate it. So, yeah, glad to get those out. Then I spent a little bit of money, and I did receive my first. I won two auctions. One was Rod Looper, some phenomenal stuff. It was like a World War II Egyptian mummy curse kind of story. Original pages from that, and they were intense. They looked great. So excited to get those. He said they'll be going out here soon. But I got the ones from Jason Bascom, another friend that I've met this year. That awesome dude, phenomenal artist, love his style. So I just got those. There's this one. Do it with the light, but this is a Joker. And I love it. I love the use of the white. And I love his hatching style. It's hard to see. Like, if I could use this other camera, I would. But Jason has a very unique style. I love how he hatches. I love his frenetic style. It reminds me of Sienkiewicz. A lot of the line work and stuff. There's this goblin character. Again, if you can see some of that line work, it doesn't always come through, but man, even from afar, you can see how the value's added with his cross-hatching, usually done with quill from what I've seen when he's working. This really cool Captain America, which I thought the pose was great. I love the ink splatters. I love the color work on it, which I believe is watercolor. Assuming. Looks like watercolor. So yeah, another awesome image. Love the pose. And then this big boy, which was kind of the main thing of the lot. These demon-looking characters, but again, it's hard to tell, but if you could see some of that line work, really awesome. So thank you, Jason. I was glad to bid on and win those, and it came quickly, and yeah, thank you, sir. So I spent a little money, but I made money on the stuff that I auctioned off. So thank you, Sugar Chris, Admiral Whackass, and Aldous on the farm. Let's see. So that was that. What else? I got a bunch of books recently, so let's take a look at those. I'm just sharing stuff. I'm in a sharing mood. This 'tis the season to share, I guess. So I got this one not too long ago, the Cryptidnals book. It's a nice, very thick, 100. I don't know how many pages. Well over 100. And really enjoyed it. It was a fun story. Artwork. I dug the style. Like, look at that. And all of this that looks like solid black is all hatching. It's a very unique style. I like using solid black. But definitely get some value. There's some gray wash and then lots of cross hatching to create value. I like using solid black, but I really dug the style. Some of the images were more hit and miss. Some are amazing. Some are, just filler. But I mean, a book this long, you're going to have that. Like, I love this pose here. I love that perspective. Worm's eye view. Another great image. Fun stuff. The story was fun. It was ambitious, wild. My only complaint was sometimes it was hard to follow. And again, I think that comes with the ambitious nature of the story. And also the style of artwork. Sometimes, when you're picking your panels and what perspective, camera angle you're going to use or whatever, it's all about how you're telling the story. And most of it, pretty easy to follow and really well done. But occasionally I was like, going backwards and going, okay, where am I? Or going ahead to catch up and go, okay, I see what's happening, and then going back. And that's just is what it is. But awesome book, definitely worth it. I mean, this is a huge value. This book is really thick, really good. So Ray Ramos was the writer, and our friend Julius did the editing, and then Dario Rodriguez was the artist, and I really dug his style. Like I said, sometimes better than others. You know, definitely his monsters were very fun, especially that one that I showed. I was like, dang, that perspective too. What else we get? Got this one, Duryodhana Purana. I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm not going to pull it out right now. I haven't read it yet, so I read Cryptidnals all the way through. Just got this one. Excited to dig in and read it. I got the matte bar cover, which I'll pull it out just so you can see the full thing. The interior art's really awesome. It's black and white, but definitely with some gray tones. And so excited to read this one. He said it was the darker of the two, because I wasn't as interested in Kid Krishna, which was the same campaign, but I was definitely interested in this. And then the matte bar cover was too cool. Love it. Great stuff. So excited to dig into that. This one was most people know, but it was Kami Mark. Part of the barely fits in this thing. Part of the Kid Krishna campaign, but this was like a separate book, and I was just seemed much more my style, so I was like, yeah, I'll get that one. Kami Mark, thank you. Fulfilled, looks great. The matte bar cover, awesome. And let's see, we got this one. That was, it's hard to see. I'll take that one out of the plastic too. That's Bloodbone, Edwin. Some know as Indie Wrestling Aces. The Drawing Aces. Let's see if we can get this so you can see. It's that hollow foil. What I remember, there was a Wildcat 2 trilogy, and I called it Prisma cover. So the cover artist, I think it's Ricardo Jamie, I believe the same artist as the Prospector's book from Matt Fowler. And the art on that looked amazing. He's a really, really good artist, and this cover was no exception. And I love the hollow foil or Prisma cover. And then the interiors are all Donald DeLay. Looks really fun. I have not dived into this one yet either, which I will get to. Got to get through the rest of this next one. Oh, and then the trading card. Hard to see. There we go. We got the light right. Supposed to get a shirt with that too, because I did order a shirt. So that may be on its way, maybe in the mailbox, who knows. But I'm excited to get the shirt because I love the logo. If you can see that Bloodbone logo, it's hard to see. There we go, that's better. And just that on a shirt, I was excited. So, and then the other one I got is another huge supporter and good friend, Matt Burke, Butch Cleaver, issue 1 and 2. What impressed me about this was Matt did everything. And it's, again, not a small book. There are things, and I looked ahead at issue 2 that, like, again, really ambitious to do everything yourself. My only complaint was the lettering, and occasionally the art, but even still, like, looking at it and seeing how much work went into it, just one person, is impressive. So very excited to dig into the next one, but halfway through this one, But I did look ahead in issue 2, and it's better and better. The artwork is growing by leaps and bounds. And then I can't remember if the lettering improved, but that would be my only complaint, really. And yeah, excited to dig into the rest. The story is fun, it's wild, and I'd expect nothing less from Matt Burke. Many of you know his channel, Metal Movies and Brewskis. Yeah, excited to finish reading this because it's been fun ride so far. So again, another cool perfect bound. That's probably about where Shove is going to be as far as size, etc. And yeah, again, pretty impressive. He did everything himself. And yeah, so that's what we got. New books. And then oh yeah, let me show you these. These are my Christmas presents to myself. So, and they're just inspiration, motivation, fodder. Because this is the stuff I love and draw a lot of influence from. So, you got the best of EC Terror Stories, Artisan Edition. And the Artisan Editions have, on all the pages, you can see all the notes. And then you see all the, you know, how they inlaid all the lettering. You can see all the whiteout. And these stories are fun. They're all the short stories from lots of different. So it says the Terror one, so I assumed it was going to be all. Which one was that? Vault of Terror, or Vault of Horror? But they came from a lot of places. There was ones from weird science, incredible science fiction, Haunt of Fear, Vault of Horror. One from Frontline Combat, shock suspense stories. So they brought them in from several different places. But several from Graham Ingalls, my favorite artist, who he did this. The Old Witch, ghastly Graham Ingalls. And then this is Sinfold. That's a great image as well. Several from Graham Ingalls, several from Jack Davis, several from Wally Wood, Harvey Kurtzman, Bernie Krigstein, Alex Toth. Yeah, lots of the best. And read several of them already and loving it. Like I said, it's motivation, inspiration, fodder. The artwork's great. The stories are fun, as is expected. And yeah, even some of this Graham Ingalls art, love it. So I got that. That was a Christmas present to myself. And then this was another Christmas present to myself. So I jumped up another decade or so. And if you can see that, that is embossed Creep from the Creepy Archives. And they did tons of these. I just grabbed one at random, kind of right in the middle where I thought they were peaking with their stories and with the art. And yeah, the art is phenomenal. Stories. So I haven't dove into this one yet. But I always choose creepy over eerie because it's... Eerie was doing more serialized stories, and creepy was short stories, one-offs. Which is definitely my cup of tea. But this artwork, phenomenal, amazing stuff. Can't wait to read a bunch of these. This was I've got the cover jacket here, which had this great Frank Frazetta image. One of my favorite paintings by Frazetta. But it is volume 11, and they made at least, I think, about 15 of these, just collections. And this one's collecting creepies 51 through 54. So a lot of these hardbacks available. It'd be cool to have all of them, but that's a lot of money. But nonetheless, Dark Horse put these out. Good on them for doing that because they're fun. And the hardcovers are cool, but adds to the price. And I'm sure to get several more, and it'd be fun to someday get all of the creepy collection. Anyway, it's a lot of stuff to talk about. The biggest news again, as I go back to Unconditional Shove, we did fund. It's such a super exciting feeling because, you know, you launch a campaign, you don't know how it's going to do. You want it to do gangbusters. You want to do, you know, multi-digit thousands of dollars, you know. You know, you hope for the moon, but you prepare for, like, disappointment. And I'm not disappointed. This is the fact that we got funded was all I really, that was like my biggest goal. I'm like, can we just get there? We did get there. That said, we want to raise more. We want to get more so that we can continue to do this. We have big plans for 2023. And the more we have in reserve to bring those to light and bring those to reality, the easier it is for us to do this. The cheaper we can sell the books, you know, a better price point, and the faster also we can get them out. So all that said, one more huge thank you to everybody who backed, everybody who's promoted and talked about and shared and supported me and Unconditional Shove. So making a man's dream come true, which is no small thing from my perspective. So thank you so much. And yeah, I'll wrap it up. This video is going really long. Hope you enjoy your Christmas, your holiday season. I'm going to probably make another video talking about the new year. I've got lots to say as I go into this new year. Like I said, it's a very emotional time. My dad passed away New Year's Day this year. As we go into New Year's Day, the anniversary of that. And then 10 years ago, my mom passed away on January 3rd. So it's going to be very emotional. But I'm going to talk a lot about perspective and also how going into this new year, how the grief is ever present and real, but how to properly be motivated by that. You know, honoring their memory and not being saddled with grief, because they wouldn't want you to. They would want you to succeed and take what they've taught you and honor their legacy. And that's going to be, you know, I'm going to make one more video before the new year talking on that and talking about 2023, what we have planned for Broken Compass Comics. Just going to be a big year in general. I've got plenty of personal and professional things. I mean, everything's going to be changing next year for me. So that said, you know, this year was a big year of change. This is my first, you know, anybody watching this, almost anybody, I'd say 90% of people who watch this probably never heard of me before this year. And the friends that I've made in this indie comic sphere, most of you I didn't know before last year. So what a year it's been, right? What a year next year is going to be, because I'm going to take the momentum and build and build and build and build. This is what I want to do. I want to keep going with Unconditional Shove, with Broken Compass Comics, and lots of cool ideas down the pipes. We'll talk about that more next time, because this video is almost at 40 minutes. I can't believe I've been rambling that long. But there was so much to talk about. I wanted to share all the books. I wanted to share the artwork. Freeze my camera. Yeah. On this image, just getting close to finishing. And on to the next page. And we're just doing page after page. Going to get shoved fully drawn here very soon. And then Demir is right behind me with the colors. So as I say thank you to everybody, I want a huge shout out to Demir Rosick. Amazing colorist who has been a pleasure to work with. He's kicked ass on the entire book and kicked ass on that Camel Moon Boots and Heels fan art. So thank you, Demir, as well. Thank you, James. I'll mention that Broken Compass Comics. Met him this year. And, you know, I hesitate to say I couldn't have done it without you, but he's because that's not true. I could have. But he's been a huge help and a huge support, and just the friendship is the most important part of that. I really appreciate the friendship we have. Besides that, just the creativity and the ideas and what we got planned for the future. It's going to be great. Super excited for 2023 and Broken Compass Comics. There was one more thing I wanted to get to. What was it? Oh, yes. If you're still watching, and if you want to watch more of me ramble tonight, Friday, December 23rd, 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be on Nighthawks with our friend Arvid, our friend Oren, and our friend Matt Barr, assuming Matt Barr is alive, because he told me he might call me later and be like, dude, I'm dead. I can't make it. It's the craziest thing. I died, and I can't show up. It's a little joke. No, with my friend Matt Barr, whom last 2 times I've been on Nighthawks, he wasn't there. That's why that's the joke. But all the coolest people, Arvid, Oren, Maddie, great guys. And I hear that James is going to make an appearance there tonight as well. And we're all going to hang out and have a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. So check that out tonight. I'm putting all kinds of links down in the description. That'll be one of them. And then, like I said, Sugar Chris, we've got that coming up. We've got, I know Belmont's birthday party. I think the 28th also. So Sugar Chris, 28th. We'll have to see. But I want to jump on there and show support with him, even if it's for a little bit. Seems like there was one more stream or thing going on, but doing normal 80s streams when I can make them. I have my daughters here, and this video obviously taking time away from them, but I had to update y'all. So yeah, that's about all I got. Have a wonderful, merry, awesome Christmas. Enjoy the holiday time, and we'll see you one more time before the new year. But if I don't, or if you don't catch me, have an awesome start to your new year. We always say have a great New Year's, but it's like, that's just the start. That's just the first day. Even if you get out of the gates bad, it doesn't mean your whole year has to be shit. I know. I went through that last year. It was interesting. Anyway, we're well over 40 minutes now. I'm going to go. This is Odin. Take care, and we'll see you next time.